quite mightily, and I think it was on Inferno was where he was having some difficulties. We know nothing about these last three players, and what we know about the Netcode Guides team right now is that Cutler's playing extremely well. Lucky's had his streaks. JDM has been a little bit streaky with his op, like missing some easy ones, hitting some difficult ones.
Yeah, he seemed a little bit off in the last game with the op, so we'll see if he actually starts connecting them. But yeah, I mean, altogether though, as a team, they were playing pretty well. We saw the 16-13 defeat of them on Inferno against Cyber Power, but I mean that was a very close game, and it could have gone. They're in their favor had they just made a couple tweaks here and there.
And we're underway. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops, and this is netcodeguides.com versus Armata. 3-man stack, excuse me, for the CTs. They drop a nade right into the laps of the Armata squad, who eats so much of it. Lucky hits a shot, and that's Samrock who goes down. They'll chase, get the trade, and they'll reverse out. Smart play to leave the bomb about at the third person in line so that they don't risk getting that player shot, and they'll try to come back. They actually leave the bomb and come back into double doors, thinking that if they show the reverse and they have a player move across the map, they'll move away from the site. They've made a smart play here, but Netcode Guides is too disciplined. They've left 2 to man bomb site A. Doom is at mid, battling Finesse. He's on the other side of the door, and Finesse may just challenge him. There he goes. Picks up a mid-air headshot. His body falls limp on top of the Xbox. Hayes is ready. We'll find the guy. The play seems to be falling apart for us. Romulus and 96 Jordan. It'll take some time to get used to saying that name. Will come up out of the corner. They'll drop the bomb in the middle of the cross, and that nade, nope, never mind. That last bullet will finish it up for netcodeguides.com, who've only taken 1 casualty on the round.
So yeah, even though they got that entry into long A and then reversed it around, Netcode, like you said, was disciplined enough to leave 2 people on cap for the stack in case it was a 3-2 split. And also, I mean, that was a good position where if they did end up going A, they could have just turned around and been there for the defense. Or had they actually done the full commit to B, then they would have been there for an early rotate. So it was good setup by Netcodes.
We have a push, a 4-man push down long, and they're out of position. Finesse is by himself. He's traded himself out, surrendered his FAMAS. The next man over at mid is going to be the next one to defend, and that happens to be Cutler. He calls over his teammates. They all approach from one direction. They're going to try to flood through in one lane without using the tunnels at all, and it may just work because they don't have a ton to fear with the weapons that they have in hand. You always fear the CZ, though. They pick up a weapon, actually. Hazed and Lucky combined for kills. The last one alive is Romulus. He's 1-on-2 in the tunnels, drops out to protect. We'll go 1-on-1 with the FAMAS. Loses the battle. It's going to be 2-0, but the mission is accomplished. They force some rebuys. They got a bomb plant.
Yeah, force 3 rebuys, got a bomb plant. That's going to give them plenty of money to buy here if they decide to. But, Dust 2 is one of those maps that favors ops, so we could see a save. Actually, no, they're just going for the buy. So they settled that one quite easily for me.
They're okay with their rifles. What they're also okay with is not having flashbangs. I'm not sure how I feel about it on most maps. For Dust 2, you can get away with it. You can just hit your shots if you would like to. They buy a couple smokes, 1 flash, charge out. Lucky's out in open space, has nobody to cover him, not until Hayes comes out a little bit later. The trade crew comes in. JDM does admirably, picks up 2, tries to drop out, running back toward the cross. He can't make it, not back to the elevator. So I can't say that because I keep saying I want to say that his name is like sub something with lead letters, but it's 96 Jordan. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that.
It's kind of weird to say 96 Jordan, but yeah.
Spray through, and Cutler walks through the smoke. Doom ducks a shot, tries not to get decapitated. He'll let Cutler run back and then pick up the kill as he retreated. 1 versus 2. Finesse picks up 1. He's 1-on-1 with Doom, who's been in this situation before. If his teammates were not veterans, at least he is. This is a winnable situation for his opponent. Now that Clutch Man, the LMS, is Finesse. He's in the CT spawn. He'll look up toward his opponent, Doom, who is not quite sure of his location. And they'll do a dance. They'll move right past each other. Finesse walks backpedaling. You'll see Doom ambush him, clean up the round. It will be 3-0, and Armata's having easy time getting bomb plants. They just can't seal up the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, which it just seems to be worked on. He thought he was on cat, which obviously was wrong, guessed incorrectly, and just paid the price for it right there. But I mean, those bomb plants at least will keep them afloat in terms of economy, so they should be able to buy. Once again, actually, Romulus kind of low, so I mean, if they bought here, wouldn't be the best idea. So I think they're gonna go for the save.
They could. They should. They bought CZs. 4 CZs. Do we get a fifth? No, it's a P250. CZs work all the time. They'll choose bomb site B. It's going to be a 4-man train with a 1-man split down dark, running down suicide versus an offer like JDM. Not necessarily advisable. Flashes in. The guy's running blind, chooses not to care, runs toward the closet, and he may get traded out. Nope, never mind. Finesse will pick him up. 2 kills for Cutler, 1 for Finesse. And that rush, very, very pug-like.
Yeah, but I mean, also the 2-man stack from Netcodes, I think that's just their heightened game awareness to know that, hey, they're probably saving, even though they did get a bomb plant, they went for the 3rd-round buy, so their money's going to be light, and they decided to double up just in case they did rush B, and that's exactly what they did.
Not quite sure why 96 Jordan just took a shot at open space. He saw the barrel of Finesse, could have snuck up on him and tried to preempt him by taking a shot at his head, which wasn't there. May have been just a misclick. 4-0, and Netcode guys has plenty of money. Armata is facing a deficit where they have money coming in, but it's one where they're getting the losing bonus starting to build up with them.
Yeah, I mean, they are leaning towards that losing bonus, which obviously is a good and bad thing that can be. I think we have entries into B, and I'll let you take it away, sir.
No, not quite entries into B yet. Finesse steps through and finds 96 Jordan trying to find Cutler underneath him, and they've combined to pinch the B tunnels. The bomb is dropped, and only 2 alive for Armata will have to come down the ramp at mid to try to challenge Cutler. They've got 1 JDM on the other side of the doors, and he's just too fast. There's 2 kills, and it looked very, very easy.
It did. It did look pretty easy. I mean, they tried to... the C2 sent the B pusher, the lower B pusher, and he ended up trading out very nicely. So that just made the round that much easier for these guys. And now 5-0. They are definitely in pretty much almost the max of the losing bonus. The max hits at 6 rounds. So they are going to be good to buy even if they lose this round. But if they win, and I mean, if they get the win and then they go back to losing, then they're just going to be back to being forced to save quite a bit. So
that one's the one that hurts. When you come out of your losing bonus and then you win one, then lose one immediately after, you just feel absolutely gutted. There's nothing to be done about that. To me, Clay, you tell me if you feel different. This is a story of 2 trains passing in totally opposite directions. One is a quickly ascending team. What's that?
I was gonna say I'm waiting for the time where like a team comes through and is confident enough to where they 6-0 a team and then let them win the round and then go back to try to win and get them forced into that economy recovery.
Oh, next level meta.
Yeah.
There's an early entry, and that's exactly what they needed. Cutler gets aggressive, peeks out the Xbox, and 96 Jordan has his number. That smoke will land for CT. Will they come through? Well, it's going to be a tough one to do. They have 1 player sitting on fire, and they'll just let him die. Hayes picks up a double, steps back out, will go for the triple, wants this kill, picks it up, and a quad? No, 96 Jordan says no joy versus 2 more, JDM and Lucky. I maybe spoke too soon. I'll give you the thought that I had next round, because I think it's relevant here. A shot that missed for Lucky may cost him his life. Never mind, 2 quick kills. JDM and Lucky finish off that round. Here's the thought that's still relevant. I feel that this is a story of 2 teams that are passing in totally opposite directions. One's a fast, ascending, rising team, and the other one is a team that's had some difficulties and has hit a rough spot and is on the verge of being...
quickly approaching relegation.
Is approaching relegation, maybe in the main division, which is it's not a bad thing, right? Getting some time to practice the main division is not a bad thing. It might be what Armata needs right now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just, especially with roster changes, you just need to take a season or 2 to solidify that roster, build up the chemistry you need, and then you can move on from there.
Yeah, close range shot from Lucky, impressive stuff. Swaps back to his op, picks up the close range kill. Doom goes down, 2 alive, just 1 alive. Never mind, no one's alive. 7-0. Netcode Guides is so strong right now.
But one thing I want to mention about Hayes playing mid on the previous round, where they tried to do the CT spawn smoke. As soon as that smoke came sailing over, you saw Hayes pull out his incendiary grenade, drop it right on the door, which completely stopped their strat. So I mean that was a good play by him. And if any of you do play mid, and you see that, because the mid wrap is like one of the main strats you see on Dust 2 nowadays. I mean, that's a good way to stop it right there.
Is there anything you do now, game plan-wise, on this particular round to turn this around? They've had some success hitting an entry at mid. They have yet to really challenge Cap in a meaningful way because Lucky kind of shut them down. Where do you move around on this map? Where is your wiggle room on this map?
Well, I mean, always you know, flashing over A and trying to get the pick on the guy playing the corner is obviously can work, or, you know, setting up a lower B flash and then rush the guy in cat, because Lucky does play up, and he doesn't fully peek out, but he does play aggressively. And if they can get a smoke mid and then, you know, have the teammates flash him in to kill Lucky, and then they can back out and decide where they want to go from there.
Yeah, he is susceptible to having someone at maybe lower B, for example, throw a flash for him and get him blinded so they can pre-fire him. Still nothing of the sort has really worked out for them. Cutler underneath, we'll see the top of Samrock's head, who finally picks up that kill. 2 versus 2 in an open space. 96 Jordan puts an impressive shot onto Hayes. Now it's Finesse versus 2. He could challenge, but with the Scar, he's not really flexible, not really in a position where he can make quick kills. He might want to swap for that M4A1 that's directly ahead of him. And he'll do it. He's going for this thing. He wants to do it with a Scar, too, which is going to be even cooler.
Yeah, I definitely would have opted for that for as well.
They picks up a close-range kill, no scoping, sees that last player. Samrock's not coming back out. There's no reason to peek somebody with an auto sniper, not like this. If he just goes for the fuse and sticks on it, I think he's going to stick on it.
Yeah, he has to, because like you said, I mean, Samrock is just going to be careful trying not to get peek hits.
Oh, that's just insult to injury.
Wow. What looked like the glimmer of hope for Armata with the round win right there, just shut down by FNS. He came in, clutched it very nicely. I mean, Armata still has that money going. They got the bomb plant. They have the losing bonus. But I mean, even if they get around, I mean, you know, we do know Dust is a T-sided map, so I mean, they are very far behind at the moment, and they pretty much need to win out, unfortunately.
We are now beginning to struggle to find the superlatives, the positives for Armata, who are starting to fall behind in such a way that I don't see the semblance of them coming back. They're not making the moves yet. I saw for a moment that flash in, that appearance of some coordination now, but it seems as though they are losing their grasp on this one. They'll stack Lucky? Yes, they will. I love this stack. This is reminiscent of the old Eolithic videos. I lagged. What happened?
I'm not sure. When we switched perspectives right there, yeah, there's a bit of lag.
Drop down. Armata's the guy wanted to drop down into CT spawn, get some early kills. Doom has 2. It's 2 versus 3. They've got the site, and they'll travel together. They need to split back up. That op will be a pretty good dissuading factor. Don't plant right now. You're going to get op. They'll come back out to fight the CTs on the catwalk. Early headshot by Lucky. By Finesse, and Lucky will clean up. It's getting painful. It's with an op and 2 auto snipers on the field, 3 auto snipers on the field. My God, what can you do?
Seeing 4 scopes right now. Holy wow. It's rough because they're relying on their AKs to get these entries. They just really got to hit the shots, and I mean, obviously they could use smokes and flashes to move them off their spots, but I mean, that's only going to stop the auto snipers so much.
Nice shot. The guy has 1, needs to control his recoil. Now gets a teammate out at Palm Tree, traded out. Lucky is the one who picks up that kill. 4 alive for both teams, and they will try to control mid with players pushing through. You can tell that Denial, excuse me, I keep doing that, netcodeguys.com is starting to lose respect for this match. They're just playing this out as aggressively as possible, trying to end rounds as fast as possible. I can't necessarily blame them. I feel that they are overconfident because of the fact that they aren't threatened by the proposition of Armata attacking them.
Yeah, I mean, they just came off a close game against Ida Power, and they're obviously doing very well this game, so, you know, that's when the big head or the cockiness comes into play.
Speaking of that, never mind. I thought we had a double there. There's a trade. 96 Jordan does admirably. 2 full health Ts. They'll take bomb side B. They'll get this bomb planted, and that nade may do in JDM. There it is. Touchdown nade, and now it's a winnable situation with this auto snipe. Dualies? Really? Dualies? Really?
Well, he could have gone for the auto snipe no scope there like he did previously, but he wanted to go for the dualies. And there's the reset button on the losing bonus for Armata. And if you look at their economy, they're actually very low. So I mean, if they lose this next round, then they're back to having to save again. So I mean, it's good that they won a round, but it's also dangerous because, like I said, if they lose, then they're going to be saving, and the deficit is just going to increase that much more.
Difficult times, difficult sledding for Armata, and this round is a pivotal one. They'll use mid as their control point. They will not hold long. Just kidding. Romulus comes back after dropping the bomb off at Palm Tree, and Lucky may push through. to his own chagrin. Smoke, excuse me, a flash in, a peek, and Romulus thinks that somebody's walking in now. It's the right move. And Lucky thinks that he didn't time that right, so he smokes it back off again. Slow play here. I like the change of pace. Armata's sort of been running into the teeth of Netcode Guide's plays and their holds and getting killed very early. This time they're taking it slow, thinking that if Netcode Guides doesn't respect us, let's try to wait for them to push and see if anything changes.
Which is smart because they have been playing aggressively, but unfortunately, they decided to stop it at this time.
Yep. A massacre, really. 10-1. Netcode Guides really, really laying down the hammer.
Yeah, probably going to be 12-1 here because look at the money, 1,400, and then 2,950. So only 2 people on Armata can actually buy fully. So they're obviously going to be saving for the next round, and it's most likely going to go to Netcode this round.
Well,
Lucky pushing right up mid.
Yes, he is. He's going to sprint right into long. He's going to be right behind everybody. First shot by JDM. Now it's a double stack at the card. Lucky is flanking. There is no comms. Nobody's talking about where that flanker is. 3 kills before they figure out how to bring him down. This is where you can tell that the frustration has set in for Armata. I died. That guy just says, how did I die? WTF. And he doesn't actually say flank, flank, flank.
Well, those kills were pretty quick, and he was using the silenced M4, so I mean, the comms may have not been 100% the case there.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to hope that much. Vanessa picks up the last 2, 11-1.
Well, I mean, nothing really to analyze on that round. Lucky decided to go with the yellow push and got the big flank while they were trying to take long, and obviously it just didn't work out for him. And now we're seeing a partial buy, well, somewhat of a partial buy. Doom and Romulus only have Galil's here, no nades for them. Actually, Romulus has a smoke, but only 3 smokes. I mean, you can be effective with 3 smokes, but it's going to be rough.
We can affirm now that the roster strength change has changed significantly from the Armata team that we had saw at the beginning of the season, had seen at the beginning of the season with the talents of players like Relics or Skylar. And I lament the start of the loss of those players because they were off to a pretty good start. They were playing very well, if not winning all their games, but playing very well.
They were indeed. And I mean, you know, it's not uncharacteristic for roster changes to bring losses to a team in the season. So, I mean, even though this is kind of a blowout right now, I mean, it's, I guess, somewhat expected when you have such drastic roster changes. So,
if Armata faces relegation, think of the players or the teams who could challenge and take their spot. Still, they're not faring well against NetCodeGuys.com, but against CEVO main teams, maybe they'd put up a fair fight. You're going to be seeing for sure challengers like Perfection 4 or Area 51 or any number of teams really who put up a streak at the very end. Perhaps Manic. Can this Armata squad beat those teams? I wonder. First shot by JDM is good, and a nade will follow from Hayes to bring down the guy. They've seized the site. 3-2 on the trade. Shot in the back. Lucky picks up 2, and another disaster befalls Armata, who's now beginning to travel around as a pack, and they're not looking at their flanks anymore. Same question, Clay. Can they compete with the new teams, perhaps in the relegation tournament?
At this point, from what I'm seeing, I would say no. I mean, these roster changes happened recently, and it looks like
Negev purchase.
No. Well, before we get into the Negev, it does seem like they are just struggling a lot. And, I mean, I would expect Area 51 or Perfection 4 to do, I mean, better than a 13-1 against Netcode. So, I mean, they have some very good rosters.
I firmly feel that Netcode Guides... excuse me, not Netcode Guys. Area 51 would do exceptionally well against a lot of teams in CEVO-P. I've been waiting a long, long time to see Perfection 4 reach the top. They've done it the right way, haven't they? They've started from the bottom, and they've worked through each and every league, division after division. They've busted their chops to get to where they are. I'm excited to see where they're going.
Yeah, they certainly have, and I think we even offered them an invite to P, and they were like, no, we want to just stay in main and and really get everything solid before we actually go to professional. So
to which we applaud. What is going on here? Cutler has his position revealed. He's just strafing out, firing at every which way, bringing down players like it doesn't even matter. So there's only one at the catwalk, one player in B, and they're kind of isolated. He's been lurking. Finally, that round ends. We never saw the Negev in action. 13-2 is your halftime score. NetCodeGuys.com leads by plenty. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops. And if you keep wondering, iBuyPower versus Complexity is an ESCA match. That is happening on other channels. We are doing that tomorrow. Tune in. By the way, that's on CSGO Lounge. You can bet on Complexity versus iBuyPower on CSGO Lounge for CEVO today.
Well, we did a good job of keeping our promise of saying we will get these guys out of here quickly for the Complexity out of the power match because, well, actually, I guess Netcode is doing a good job of that because they are just completely dominating. I mean, 13-2, and it's a T-side map. I honestly can't see Armata.
I almost don't want. I almost would not want that. I just kind of want this exercise to sort of be over with.
I mean, I never like calling the game, but I mean, the odds are just so in favor of Netcode. I mean, it would be really tough for them to throw this game.
Cutler one-on-one may finish this one up. He does get that kill, makes it 14-2, and with eco rounds or forced buys, perhaps they may just waltz toward a victory here.
Yeah, they're going to be able to buy. Hayes actually two
scouts and a Krieg.
Yeah,
it's one of those games.
One of those games.
Here we go. The split is 3-2. No crossers yet for the Armata squad. One makes it across. They spam the doors. They do plenty of damage. 96 Jordan takes his shots all the way down to 58, and Doom takes just a little flak down to 85. Two pushing catwalk. And they may catch JDM, who's sprinting catwalk with a scout right now. There on the right is Armata with a CZ. They bring down Lucky. They drop out and choose to re-engage. They've all pinched mid, thinking that mid-engagement and mid-control would be what Netcode Guides wanted to do. They did, sort of. And then they backed out, knowing that this is probably a trap. So they'll plant the bomb, plant it for long. 4 CTs will come through the long DDs. Oh, my lord. 1, 2, knife spree. No good. At least we got 2. There is the troll, and Samrock knows when suddenly we are facing a masterclass. We probably can't win this one. We know exactly what's happening, and at least we'll be gracious and laugh about it. Armata's Romulus comes to the stairs, looks, another knife attempt, no good there, and he picks up a weapon with 1 bullet in his magazine, swaps to a Galil, no defuse possible. 15-2, no doubt. They're mad. They're mad.
Some of them are mad, but I mean, I don't, it is kind of unsportsmanlike to be doing these moves, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
At some point, if you're letting this happen, you also deserve it.
Yeah. To a certain extent, yes.
I can see both sides of the argument here. 15-2, and Netcode Guides kind of wants to put a stamp on it. The buyout for Armata leaves them with very little cash across the board, and such that 96 Jordan has literally $0. The entry looks like it wants to be at B. The lower B man has the bomb. Armata gets the first kill of the round. Lucky goes down. And I think Romulus kind of wants to push, or at least wants to challenge the door. He's pushed right up, and they're spamming. Finesse comes out looking at the platform. 96 Jordan has him, and they're looking good on the round. 2 scouts left. Excuse me, that's not a scout. That's much louder than a scout can ever be. No ammo left. Samrock's gonna get knifed. No, stabs once and makes it out alive. Picks up a pistol kill. 15-5.
Yeah, and now Netcode's gonna be on a save, but I mean, it's really just delaying the inevitable here. I mean, they only have 1 more round to win, and I would assume once they get to the gun round, they should buy out and actually finish it. But they seem to be trying to have some fun here, so who knows how long this is actually going to play out for.
Well, they are, like we said, putting on the master class. If they are going to have some fun, I'd like to see maybe a 1D out of this round. 1 at the 1 box. Another CT at the elevator. Doom and teammate combined. That's going to be Samrock at the top there to try to hold on to the side. They've got 3 already. Good looking on the beginning of this round. Let's see if they can figure out how to hold on to this early personnel advantage. There's only one left. Surely they have this round wrapped up, and Samrock just can't put the bullet on Lucky. He'll have to drop out thinking that if I can just make it around this corner, I'm okay. With 4 HP, I don't know if okay is the word for it, but let's just get this one over with Lucky. There, please aim. There you go. 96 Jordan has it. 15-4.
Nothing really to say about that round. I mean, look, they bought out, so they're still low on cash. Actually, we're seeing FNS picking up an AK regardless. So, yeah, I mean, if they keep doing these deagle buys, then they're going to be shortchanged for quite a bit here.
They, I think they're just looking for cheese kills now, and they're trying to finish this one off in style. They know they're on stream, but I wish they would just finish this one off. Lucky YOLOs through the smoke, and he'll see one at the front of the B double doors looking back toward mid. Romulus gets him, and the teammate Finesse comes back out to try to look for the trade. Samrock finds him from the CT side of, the T side of bomb side A at the cross. 96 Jordan has a long headshot. Hayes and Cutler with 2 deagles left and a minute 22. They're just going to try to figure this one out. Pub it through. I don't really. How did he do that? Romulus finds Hayes through the smoke and connects. One left. It's Cutler. Our last 2 we follow are number 3 with the hypnotic deagle. He wants the 1D, and here it is. No good. Looks at the flank. Not there. There's the end of the round. 15-5. Maybe we have a gun round now.
Maybe. I don't think so because, like I said, they're spending all their money on deagles and whatnot, so they aren't able to buy, and it's like they're doing it again, so they're just going to sit at 2K until they get the losing bonus. To whoever just asked for the crosshair settings, you could message Play CEVO, and I will send them to you in a private message, so.
And candy.
Yeah.
5 to long, and it's the pain train. They'll all go into the cross with no smoke. There it is, late smoke for the cross. They don't wait for it to pop. It lands a little deep. Samrock does his damage, brings down Hayes. That nade does plenty more. JDM eats a lot. He's trying to go for this plant. No, never mind. No plants attempted. 5 dead already for netcodeguides.com, and they're not really trying to save. Now they do. They have, and they have weapons.
I think they wanted to make my prediction more accurate here, so.
Oh, they heard you. How charitable.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
No smoke used for the cross. It bounces back for the entire cross, and both players move to B while being spotted. Slow walk out to long, and Finesse gets peeked. He was lower B without the support of a player at palm to make sure that that peek never happened. Little sloppy play there, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to change the outcome too much. One behind the one box and one about to peek underneath at the cross. The mop in the pit. They don't want to try that again with JDM. How you feeling, Clay?
Sick.
Sick?
Not because of this game, just in general, for my cold.
Oh no, I wasn't suggesting that. Nade at the elevator will scare the Armata player out. They'll drop back to see to spawn the smoke, and a second one will make a formidable wall that they can cross without being harassed too badly.
My just crashed, so.
Oh no.
Give me 1 second here, guys, and we'll get this reloaded.
I'll do the radio call. Lucky and Cutler have taken the bomb site. One is down at long, and Samrock and 3 other teammates will try to get the bomb site back right now. They get 1 kill. That's Cutler who's down. Lucky is in the site at the goose, brings down 1. JDM hits 1 at the cross. The flanker is down. Excuse me, that flanker gets the kill. JDM is down, and they have a defuse. This game continues. The comeback is happening, but I don't really believe it.
They really won? Wow. Well, I mean, Netcodes is going to have enough money to buy here since they're on that losing streak bonus now, but, I mean, yeesh. It's going to happen eventually. I mean, if Armata comes back here and gets this win, that would be... I don't even know what to say about it. If that happened.
I would issue a public apology to Armata for not respecting the capabilities that they had here. 2 entries early on. Are you back in the game?
Yes, we are.
The Guy and Samrock are down. 3 alive for the Armata squad, and they'll have to retake, or excuse me, rotate to make sure that the bomb doesn't make it to the platform. Doom steps out at the cross, almost gets picked, and that nade will bring down Hayes. This cross brought to you by Finesse. Ramos is back at long, looking for a player to come swinging back out. 3-on-3, and all 3 of them are at the side. They called it out. They have the numbers down. That nade may have done it, but no good. The teammates are already down. 16-7 is our final score. You've been watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops.